Morning, y'all. It is Friday morning, 9:20 a.m., June 19th. Friday before Father's Day. So, the title of today's lesson is Play Stupid Games, Win Stupid Prizes. So, I'm almost 50 years old, guys, so I'm going to use my standpoint and frame of mind and my past in this story. So, when I was born and I was little, back in the early 70s and everything, when I done bad, I got my ass beat. Same for my sister and my brother. We did bad. We got our ass beat. Kinda, how it's supposed to be. You learn fear and respect out of not wanting punishment. So that sets the standard. If I do bad, I get my ass beat. If I do really bad, I get my ass beat by dad. And you don't want that shit to happen. So, at the ripe old age of 5, we decided we needed to start going to church. So then, 5-year-old James learns that if you do bad at home, you get your ass beat. Now we learn that Jesus loves me, but if you do bad by Jesus standards, then you ass go to hell. Holy fuck. So, damn. So, good, I guess. Healthy dose of respect there, because you don't want to go to hell, because all the bad people go to hell. So then sometime in high school we learn civics and stuff like that. We learn a little bit about penal code, and we start taking driver's ed, and we learn about traffic laws and stuff like that. And we learned that, hey, if you break man's laws, then your ass going to jail, or you're going to pay a ticket. You don't want a ticket because you like your money. So, boom, shakalaka. Guys, what has changed in all this scenario to generate what we have today? Well, fear of reprisal can give you two things, either resentment or respect. And you may have resentment, but you also will respect that person, or whatever it is that you're fearing, or whatever. Fear does generate a modicum of respect. But we've got generations who never got that initial, nor even that second dose of what I got as a kid. We've got kids who never got their ass beat. They got put in timeout. Oh, I did bad. I pitched a tantrum. They put me in timeout, and I sit there and patted my ass off because I couldn't play whatever I was playing, and I couldn't put a tantrum. And a lot of times in timeout, the fuckers are still doing tantrums in the middle of timeout. So you've got the initial breakdown. Kids are not fearing / respecting mom and dad. Next, you've got a whole large group of people who don't go to church. You got a lot of people who don't believe in God. You got a large population of atheists / agnostics / whatever you want to call it, where they never had or don't have that fear of going to hell. They think, oh, I'm just going to die and they're going to throw me in the ground and I'm going to have, worms digging in me. There is no repercussion for my life's iniquities in an afterlife situation. So, basically, I can be as bad as I want to and live in the now and not worry about any repercussions. Because death is the ultimate get out of jail free card for them. Hey, no, I'm just going to die and they're going to throw me in the ground. And, whatever I did, will live on either through somebody else or whatever. But, so you have no fear of mom and dad. Mom and dad never punished you for anything else like that. And then you have no fear of God or a hell. And then you turn, in your late teens, you learn about, the traffic laws and stuff like that. Well, why the fuck do I have to respect them when I don't respect anything else? Mom and dad didn't do nothing to me when I did bad. What the cops gonna do? Oh, wait a minute. I can make YouTube likes and go viral and all kind of shit like that if I break social norms. My wife used to she teaches criminal justice, guys. So just a little background on that. She used to do a project with her kids called Social Norm Violation, in which high school kids would break a social norm. That could be anything from, I think one kid took a jump rope into a grocery store and jump rope down the aisles and stuff like that. It wasn't really, anything dangerous or anything bad, but it was a social norm violation. You don't take a jump rope into a grocery store. And they recorded it, and they also recorded, the strange looks they would get from passersby and stuff like that. This was to generate inside kids that there's a reason for social norms. What is socially acceptable in our world? Well, the only real punishment kids have nowadays is peer pressure. They want to be accepted by their fellows, and they will pretty much do anything to do it. So that's why they want to go viral on social media platforms. People they don't fucking know, but they want accepts and likes and whatever nicks and knacks and whatever the fuck that particular social media gives them in a positive situation. They also, get butthurt when they get negative feedback against whatever they post. So then they, do some rebuttal video and crying and Cisco 53279 didn't like my video. I'm going to shoot myself now. Some bullshit like that. So, again, you have kids who miss the first two levels of learning to respect authority, jumping into a authoritative style society in which there are laws, there are rules, and there are consequences to not following those rules. So, what happens when you get that? Well, you get what we got now. We got people not fearing repercussions, and we are unfortunately hamstringed because we, the older generations and the more mature generations and the responsible generations, work within the law because we fear / respect / understand the law and what happens if you break the law. Being responsible citizens we don't want to sit in jail because we've got to go to work and earn money for our wife, kids, girlfriends, and our toys or whatever. We don't work, we don't make money, we don't have a house, apartment, or a roof over our head and food in our belly. They, on the other hand, get free room and board from mom and dad. They get free food from mom and dad. They've never had to fend for themselves. They've never had rules to adhere to. Basically, it is the perfect storm. You've got kids with no responsibility and no fear of reprisal because they've never had reprisals. So, what needs to happen, guys? We need to bust our kids' ass. Mexicans have it right. Fear the chancla. Fear the chancla, man. Mexican moms will beat your ass with a shoe so fast. That's why you don't see, Brown Lives Matter or any shit like that. Because them little Mexicans, they got healthy respect. Because mama gonna beat their ass with a shoe. So, so they got the respect. That's why we don't have Brown Lives Matter or anything else like that. They never went through that part of society where mom and daddy didn't beat their ass. And also, Latinos tend to be very religious. So they have the fear of God and the fear of, an eternal damnation in hell for bad stuff. Now, that's not stopping them from doing bad stuff. It doesn't. But it stops more people from doing it than it would if there was none. It would be a similar situation to what we have now. In the Latino world, would be mimicking what's happening in the white and African American world. Oddly enough, black culture has a very solid religious background. It is reported that 90% of black Americans do not accept transgenderism and gay marriage and stuff like that. They don't want that in their churches. They don't want that in their schools. They don't want that in their neighborhoods and stuff like that. because they have a solid religious anchor, which brings into question, with that solid Christian anchor, why is marriage such a low demographic in the black community? Head scratcher there. But for another video, again, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. You've got kids looking for video opportunities to get that all-important like on their social media platform. They're not helping people that are hurt. Somebody gets hit by a car, instead of rendering aid, they'd rather videotape it and put it on social media. You see somebody getting arrested, you want to pull over on the side of the road, videotape it, and put it on social media. It's crazy what this generation is doing for the acceptance of a invisible mass, a people they will never meet, people they will never shake a hand with, people they will never, take to dinner or go to dinner with or anything else like that. They crave that acceptance. But there's no repercussion for what that acceptance demands. Do they go out and throw a brick at a building, knock out a window and steal something and videotape it so they can get likes? Do they, run into a Target and come out with, a big screen TV and videotape it and for the likes? They have no problem putting themselves in harm's way to get the likes. Me, myself, and I give a rat's ass, guys. If y'all like my videos, cool, I'll keep doing them. If not, fuck you. This is mostly for just to rattle around in your brain, so. I'm sure there are probably other different, scenarios that can happen. You've also got, police force and stuff like that. You see police family members, stuff like that, gives you a monicum of respect for the law. Because, hey, Uncle Billy's a cop. Or, Aunt Susie's a cop. Something like that. But big old me, the very first ticket I ever got, I ended up having to get a family friend who was a cop, who took me to the courthouse to stand before the judge. She actually came in uniform, sat beside me in the courthouse to go up to the cop, to the judge, and, plead whatever I pled to, take defensive driving and stuff like that. And this, that, and the other. Basically, because I was scared my ass off. I was like, holy fuck. So that shows the monicum of fear/respect I had for authority. I was going in before what was told to me was a judge. A judge. Someone who has a title in their name of judging people, Guilty, innocent, they were a judge. That was, pretty eye-opening for me, I went to a law enforcement professional. She took me to the courthouse. She, told me what I needed to do and everything and helped me through it. Authority figure was the cops. So, that's what I did. I don't know what your first ticket story is, but that's what happened for me. Guys, there's a thin blue line out there. And that thin blue line protects us from lawlessness. Fear of reprisal keeps us in line. When we know we can get away with something, we have no problem as humans breaking the law. We go to the grocery store. We eat a couple of grapes in the produce department. Technically, that's shoplifting. But there's no real reprisal. The produce clerk is not going to go in there with handcuffs and bust you for 3 grapes that you ate. Stuff like that. It's if there's no fear of reprisal, you have no problem breaking the law. If there are no cops to enforce the law, guys, people are going to break the law. The law goes away. All right. I got to go clean the swimming pool. So, y'all, stay frosty. I'll see you on the 27th.